why we gave up selling drugs. That's why we gave up being evil and wicked to one another, because we knew from the railroad that we had to go.
I never wonder who had it coming. They used to try to blame me. The last time we punched in the verse of me lying, and they still won't fade me. Then lean on me.
Hey, you check the sound?
Lean on me.
Most High Christ. Shout out to Shaw, shout out to Shaw. Clap it up. Alright, so last week we had technical difficulties and the sound wasn't on. So if y'all can't hear this time, make sure y'all drop something in the comments. I'm gonna check it out on here. Make sure we got some sound. Alright, bet. Alright, so y'all know it's election season. Coming into election season, and everything about this season is going to be about brainwashing and manipulating the people of America, the people of our nation. Everything from now on is going to be about how you can sell yourself over to the governments of America, how you could become part of their government, and how they'll take your kindness and take your ignorance and use it against you. How they'll take everything that you've ever learned and make you submit to their government. So for instance, if you're at a basketball game, you'll see vote or die across the screen. If you're, at a, I don't know what people do. If you watching TV, they'll have voting commercials. Anything that you are going to do within the next couple of weeks, you're going to see signs to make sure you vote. People are going to tell you to vote. People are going to, knock on your door, give you flyers. You're going to get text messages, Facebook posts. Everything is going to tell us to vote. And that's because they want you to be a part of their government. Even though we know that we're not the ones who decide who the president is. The presidential, what's it called? The Electoral College does. And we know that because when Hillary Clinton beat Donald Trump, they said, no, she didn't. The Electoral College took that back and made Trump the winner. Hillary Clinton won. But they robbed her. You know what I mean? So what I want you to understand is that the scriptures has given us our own government. The Most High set us up with a government that we should be a part of. It don't have nothing to do with America. It don't have nothing to do with our oppressors. It don't have nothing to do with anybody else but us. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into the scriptures and talk about our government, how it's supposed to be ran. What is it? What does it look like? How do we make it strong? And then hopefully by the end of this class, you'll understand that you shouldn't tie yourself to America, but instead you should tie yourself to your brothers and sisters, and we gotta find a way to make this work. Because they're gonna make America work. That's their goal. Their goal is to have you sucked up in their business or sucked up in their corporation or whatever you call it. And by the time you get in here and think that you mean something or that you matter, you just a number. And they suck you dry of everything that you had and they spit you out. That's America. You know what I'm saying? That's America. So we're gonna start off with Joel chapter 3, verse 17. Shout out to Jacobite. Joel is dang, I don't even know my Bible. End of the Old Testament.
Joel 3:17.
Yep.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 17. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain.
So what the Most High just said was that he dwells in Zion. And Zion is the holy mountain, right? So what the Most High is saying right here is that his land or his people is the mountain. And the mountain is where the knowledge is. That's where the Most High dwells, right? So he's describing a place. The place is the mountain and is in Zion, right? Read it from the top again.
So shall ye know that I am the Lord
Mm-hmm.
your God,
Mm-hmm.
dwelling in Zion, my
Right.
holy mountain.
Go ahead.
Then shall Jerusalem be holy,
Now, when the Lord is in this mountain, when the Lord is in this high place in Zion, then Jerusalem or the Jews or the people of Zion will be different, will be holy, will be separate. Go ahead.
and there shall no strangers pass through here anymore.
Now, if you're familiar with the book of Judges, at the beginning of Judges, when Joshua left, the Lord was no longer with Israel. And so strangers came in. And strangers got high among us. And they became our rulers. They became our oppressors. But the Most High is saying when he gets into this mountain, or when he gets into the high place, ain't gonna be no more strangers coming in about us. We're not gonna worry about the Kamala Harrises or the Donald Trumps or the Bushes or the what's his name? Al Gore's, or you know what I'm saying, or the Bill Clintons or anybody like that. We're not worried about them. Because it ain't gonna be no strangers in our mountain. It ain't gonna be no strangers in our government. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And it shall come to pass
Mhm.
in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine.
Now, what does that mean? The mountain's gonna drop down new wine. Let's keep reading. Hopefully you'll get it.
And the hills shall flow with milk,
Mm-hmm.
and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with water.
Break it down. Give me the spirit of what the Lord trying to say.
Knowledge of new people.
Yeah. Yeah, new knowledge, new people. Give me more.
Like growth, like more people.
Yeah, growth, more people. Give me more. Give me the analogy. Like the new wine gonna flow from the top of the mountain,
Yeah.
and then the rivers and streams, and everybody's gonna get the milk and the honey is gonna be in Judah, and everybody's gonna be happy, and everything's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit of it. Like it ain't gonna be no. Just think about what a mountain do. The top of the mountain gets snow on it, right? And then what happens from the top of the mountain?
Come on down.
It melt, right? And then you get the Waikiki water. You know what I'm saying? Like you get, oh, that's volcanic, but you get water. I don't know if it's volcanic, but you get from the top of the mountain. You get the streams and the rivers and the fresh water. It comes down from the top of the mountains, and it make the streams that we are supposed to be drinking of fresh. The higher it is, closer to the top of the mountain, the fresher the water is. But by the time it get down to the bottom, it's all murky and dirty because they got it good at the top of the mountain. And by the bottom of the mountain, which we are now, we don't get it good. So we gotta filter and purify, reverse osmosis, and we gotta do so many things to clean up. By the time we get the water, by the time we get the knowledge or the wine or the milk or whatever goodness or the fatness coming from the top of the mountain, it's murky, it's destroyed, it's bloody. Because it went through all these chemicals and these plants, and it went through everything that the mountain got to do to survive. And by the time it gets to the people at the bottom, you shouldn't even drink it, right? The Lord said He gonna give us new wine. Read out the new wine.
And the hills shall flow with milk, and the rivers of Judah shall flow with water. And a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim.
Now, when the water comes, everything is going to be great. It's going to be no more famine. It's going to be no more people that's waiting for fish that don't come, or waiting for food that won't come, or the cattle don't want to drink the water because it makes them sick. You know what I'm saying? It's no more poverty at the bottom because the people at the top, the Lord is with them, right? This is what our government looks like. Today, we got to think about a government like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying, or Kamala Harris, or whoever's president now. You know what I'm saying? We gotta think about them ruling over us. When Christ rule over us, when Christ is our king or our president, we'll have a land like this. Everybody sees our everybody sees our work. The fountains of the Lord is going to be coming out of our land. They're going to be trying to come to us to get the food, the bread, the milk, and the water, and the honey, and the wine, and everything, because we have it. That's how a government's supposed to be. But here in America, you know what I mean, they try to mimic this, and everybody else suffers. Think about, like, Venezuela. Venezuela, the dollar is so depleted, it's just dollars in the street. They just throw it away because it means nothing. You probably need about $10 million to equal $1 in America. So what's the point? $10 is like a half a penny. You know what I mean? That's what governments do to the people. And that's what it's like when those governments rule over you, and they by the time everything that they've done get to you, it's toxic, right? But think about America is the top of the mountain in the world. There's no other more higher pinnacle in the world than America. Everybody wants to get to America because it's the land of milk and honey, right? And when they get to America, they see how filthy and disgusting it is, and they want to go back because they know their land got good food, their land got good water, their land got kind people, right? For the most part, they could they could pick a breadfruit off the tree, a mango off the tree in most cases. You know what I'm saying? Get some ackee off the tree, go get some saltfish out the water, right? Or some pollock or whatever you call it, out the water. That's what their land is like. But when they get to America, you better not drink that water. Ooh, wait, what's the water around here? What's give me a creek or a river or a stream or something around here. Or a bayou. Would you drink out the bayou? Hell no. Hell no. Back in Philly, we got the Schuylkill River, and I remember it was a post online when a dude, I guess he got pushed into the Schuylkill River, and then somebody commented like, "What happens if you get into the Schuylkill River water?" And people like, "Yeah, you gonna grow another head, you gonna grow another leg." You know what I'm saying? Like every day saying all kind of stuff like, "Yeah, you gonna be da 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 da," because that's how disgusting it is. That's where we live at. That's our hoods. That's our ghettos. That's the rivers that flow through our streets. The bayou flows through Houston. That's indicative of the government. That's what he's saying. That's the spirit behind what he's saying right now. Keep going. Verse 19.
Verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
Good.
For the violence against the children of Judah.
Now, when we have a government, all the superpowers ain't gonna have no power. Why? Because all the superpowers have us in it. So if we pull out of Edom or America, or we pulled out of Egypt or all these other philosophies, they wouldn't grow, they wouldn't prosper. How far would what's it called? Egyptology or Kemet. How far would Kemet go without the push of us, Black Americans, right? How far would Christianity go without the push of us, the Israelites? How far would any religion, Islam, go without us? It won't go far. They need us to push their religion, right? So when you take us out of those religions and put us in our own place, you'll see the new wine. You'll see the milk. You'll see the rivers and the waters flowing into the streams, because we've become a superpower because we all took our power out of theirs, right? And now we have our power, and we praise our power, our king, YAHANNA, and we leave them alone. And America becomes Russia. Just diet, whatever it is. Islam and all of them other cultures just become dirt, which they've always been. The only reason I know what Islam is, I know Islam because of two things: the niggas in the ghetto and 9/11. That's pretty much it. Like, they said something and blew up a building. I'm like, damn, they crazy like that? They be like, yeah, they strap a bomb to themselves and be like, Allahu Akbar, boom. And I'm like, all right, so you Islam, or you Muslim too, right? And they're like, yeah, salami eggs and bacon. or salami eggs and whatever they be saying, right? My salami bacon or whatever they say, right? So what's the difference between y'all two Muslims? Oh, well, you know, they da-da-da-da. You know, so, but y'all different. Yeah, we're not the same. So we make Islam look good. Because there would be no Islam in the hood if it wasn't for Abdul Rahim, if it wasn't for Kareem and Akbar and them. We wouldn't see no Islam. You see what I'm saying? All we would know is Ahmed and Habib and them. That's when we walk into the corner store, we see Islam near. We see Muslim near. That's a different Islam. Then when we walk in, you know what I mean, 52nd Street in Philly and see Raul, you know what I'm saying, and Mahmoud and them, you know what I'm saying? They different Islams. So if we take our spirit out of that and put our spirit into our government, you'll see a new wine. You'll see milk and waters flowing through the city that have never been seen before. You'll see people growing and standing up and getting strong that you never thought would be strong before, which we see here in the UPK right now. We see people standing up that never thought they would stand up before. Literally, right? We see things that we never thought could happen. That's because our power is here with us. That's our government. Keep going.
Because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Verse 20.
Right? Because they shed innocent blood in their land. And that's why we gotta live in such fear, in such agony, such terror. Because they shed innocent blood in their land. Think about Sandra Bland, Eric Garner, Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? People that, us, or all of us, that perish for no reason. And then you develop, you know what I mean, a spirit of fear, a spirit of just the demons and the devils grow. And then all of our sickness comes from them. You know what I'm saying? The generational trauma. Everything that we feel, everything that we eat, everything that we gather, it all comes from them because they're at the top of the mountain. So they feed us the bull. You know what I'm saying? They feed us the crack. And then they feed us the pain and the trauma. And everything that we develop, whether it's like mentally or physically or whatever demon we acquire, it comes from the top of the mountain. The government. Now, when you go vote for who's at the top of the mountain, just know that they not going to help that river flow better. Because the mountain is huge. You can't put one person at the top and expect the mountain to change. That's why we need you, black man, you, sister. You know what I'm saying? Because you make the mountain a better place. Christ can do it, but you make the mountain so much more beautiful. That's why we all here, right? We all got a job to do. That's why the Lord said he's going to have Christ and 144,000 men ruling the earth. That's a mountain. That's a government. And when the Lord is in that mountain, everything is better for everybody. The people won't be sick. The people won't be in pain and have trauma. Only pain would be from what you learned in America. You'll bring it with you. But the kids, heaven is for the kids. The kingdom of heaven is for the kids. It's not for us. Because we so damn wicked. You know what I'm saying? We didn't smoke weed before. We didn't shot at people. We didn't took stuff from people. We ran down on people and did all kind of crazy stuff. The Lord forgave us, true. The Lord got mercy on us, true. But we know the knowledge of good and evil. I pray to the Most High that my kids don't. You understand what I'm saying? I pray they never see what a blunt look like or smell like or taste like. I pray they never see the other side of the Most High's wrath. That's the kingdom of heaven. Because we've seen it, right? We got them cuffs slapped on us. Bang, bang. You ever seen them slapping, what's it called? The contest where they be slapping each other. Like the dude standing there like this, and the other dude be like, you seen that before?
Okay.
That's us. The Lord just slapped the mess right up out of us, you know what I'm saying? And that's us. I mean, we just sitting there waiting for it, smoking. Somebody pull up, shoot the whole block up. You know what I'm saying? Child grows up without a father. Mother loses her son. right? A brother has to grow up without his brother. And what he do, he turned to the streets. He got retaliated. That's all coming from the top. We didn't get gangs out of nowhere. It all comes from them. The blue and the red comes from them. The gang, all that comes from them. They know if they put any type of artist in the forefront, the people of the next generation will try to be like them. They know what they're doing with Sexy Red. They know what they're doing with Drake and the colorful beads in his head. They know what they're doing with these drill rappers, Chief Keef and all that. They know what they're doing. They give individuals cameras and then push them. And next thing you know, everybody wants to be just like him or just like her and destroy the people. That's their government. It's their mountain. And we feed off of their ice caps or whatever you want to call it, their wine. But the Lord said he's going to have a new wine. It's going to be a new mountain. What more you got? Keep going.
Verse 20. But Judah shall dwell forever,
Go ahead.
and Jerusalem for generation to generation.
Yeah, that new mountain is going to dwell forever, from generation to generation. Let me make sure this feed look good. I want the same thing from last time. What's on crack? All right. So now, this new mountain going to dwell forever, and it's going to be from generation to generation. Give me Isaiah 66:20.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 20.
Go ahead.
And they shall bring all your brethren from an offering unto the Lord out of all nations upon horses,
Mm-hmm.
and in chariots,
Mm-hmm.
and in litters,
Litters. Mm-hmm.
and upon mules,
Mm-hmm.
and upon swift beasts,
Mm-hmm.
to my holy mountain Jerusalem,
Go ahead.
saith the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
As the children of Israel bring an offering in a clean vessel into the house of the Lord.
Break it down. Well, no, I'm gonna give it to you. So now, Egypt and Esau and all of them, they're gonna bring us back to our land, right? We're gonna come right back to our land. Just like, what is an offering? What is an offering?
Offering,
Yeah,
something given.
something given to the Most High. We're gonna be given back to the holy mountain. We're gonna come right back to that holy mountain. And when we get there, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be offered like we offer a clean vessel unto the Lord. We're gonna come right back into our land. They're gonna bring us back by the boatload. That's how we're gonna come back, right? Try to give me Jeremiah 3:23.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 23.
Go ahead.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for the hills.
No. Read again. Read again.
Truly in vain.
Truly in what?
In vain.
Vain means what?
Nothing.
So truly in vain, go ahead.
Is salvation hoped for.
Now, stop there. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for. So we hope for salvation, but our hope is in vain. Go ahead.
From the hill.
What is the hills?
It's not a mountain.
Okay, yes. Think.
Instead of being in high places, in the lower places.
Think the hills of Rome. Rome has 7 hills. Think like DC. Think like Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill. Vain salvation is hoped for from the hills or from the governments, right? We hope for vain salvation from our governments. Go ahead.
and from the multitude of mountains.
So think of hills and mountains as governments or as governing bodies in the Bible, right? So when they say we hope for vain salvation from the hills and from the mountains, they're not going to give us what we need to be saved. Kamala Harris ain't going to give us what we need to be saved. Donald Trump ain't going to give us what we need to be saved. We're going to give you a tax deduction of $50,000 for new businesses. Lo and behold, niggas don't know that a deduction means you ain't going to get it until next year. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you're going to spend all your bread, and if you make it, then you can file taxes and get your bread back, possibly. That's a deduction, but she making it sound good. Like, yeah, we're going to give him $50,000 deductions. They said Kamala Harris be having word salads. And I died laughing, bro. I died laughing. Because she do. It's just a bunch of words. She just be saying stuff. And she's like, you know, I grew up in a small town. I grew up in a small town. My mother was poor. I probably know I speak by heart. I could go up there for Kamala Harris next time. I grew up in a small town, and my neighbor was a construction worker. I grew up in everybody loved their farms, right? What she be saying? And she be like, yeah. And the guy next door, he was a small business owner. I love small businesses. That's why I want to make sure small businesses grow and thrive. She said the same thing every time, bro. And then they ask her a question. They be like, yeah, so what you thinking about Donald Trump? And she be like, well, you know, it's really about the exorcisation of the extrapolation and the reverberation of the revelation and the syncopation of the liberation. And he be like, what the fuck? Bro, what did you just say, bro? You know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris is retarded. Donald Trump can't stay out the way of a bullet, you know what I'm saying? So if Donald Trump ever get elected, he gonna catch a wiggy somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what are we doing? That's our hope from the government. We hoping that they save us. Them two knuckleheads. Like, you gotta think. When do you ever see the presidential? When you ever see some of the people running for president? Like, when is there ever like, yeah, it's 99 people running for president? Do we ever see that number?
Those two.
We see 2 or 4, maybe 8, possibly 8. Pushing it is 10. We don't see the lump sum. What Kanye was supposed to run for president, or Kanye or who else? Somebody said he was running for president.
Matthew McConaughey.
Most Def was probably running for president or something like that. Somebody who was running for president that we didn't see. How did they get excluded? What excluded them? Right? What disqualified them? And what qualifies them? Like, why is Donald Trump qualified? And why is Kanye disqualified? Who decides? That's our government. And we hoping that they save us. But they are handpicked and selected. They know who the president gonna be already. Right now, we're just watching the game. We're just watching the finals. America getting wooed up and thinking that they patriots, like, go Trump, go Kamala Harris. We patriots. So for the next 2 or 3 months, we're gonna be rounding each other up. People want to be, doing wild, crazy stuff and throwing flags up and all kind of stuff to show their allegiance to America. That's all they're going to be doing for the next 2 months. But they already know who the president going to be. How do we know? Because we've seen it. I remember I was right in North Carolina, in Greensboro, watching the presidential election. I don't know why I was in Greensboro, but I was watching the presidential election, and what's her name? Hillary Clinton won. I was like, oh. It was like, yeah, she got the most votes. It was close, 12 o'clock. And I think Philly, they were still waiting on Philly votes. It was Philly, and it was some other place. I'm like, damn, why Philly always messing stuff up? The next morning, Kamala Harris won. Not Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton won. The next morning, Donald Trump was president. And I'm like, whoa, how do you do that? Yeah, the Electoral College, they vetoed it. And we really just, she won the popular vote. But really, the Electoral College was the one that made the vote. So I'm like, damn, they just told you. Your vote don't count. Your vote don't matter. They told it to you in your face. Go look at the old tapes. Go look at the tapes. You'll see that they said, what's her name? Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but Donald Trump won from the Electoral College. It's crazy. It's crazy. Go ahead.
You say it's part of the bread circus, you know what I'm saying? Just getting you all riled up and distracted in the race. It makes us feel like we're part of the game. makes us feel like we
Yeah.
are an important part of what's going on out here, but they don't even consider.
Absolutely. You have no idea what's really going on, because we don't even think about the war going on between Gaza and Israel, right? Or the war going on between Ukraine and Russia and all kind of, Hamas and all of them. It's really a war going on across the globe. They really smacking the hell out of each other over there. And we worried about who the president gonna be. And meanwhile, Joe Biden don't even know what's left and what's right. He's the president now and don't even know what's up and what's down. He can't even speak. He's the president. Like, you dig what I'm saying? Like, he's running America. He don't even know he think Trump is running with him. Remember, he was like, yeah, my vice president Trump. Nigga, what? Nigga, now Joe Biden put on a MAGA hat. He was like, yeah, put it on. He was like, he put on a MAGA hat, bro. He don't even like Kamala Harris. Don't even like her.
Did I see put on a MAGA hat?
He, look it up.
Wow.
Joe Biden put on a MAGA hat. Bro, it's retarded. What we watching in America when it comes to this election season, it's a joke. It's dumb. It's we being bamboozled, bro. They playing in our face. That's America. You know what I'm saying? That's the government that we serve. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris is lying, saying there's nobody out there in the military that's deployed right now. And them niggas looking at the camera like, nigga, then where the hell is we at? Cause they out there. Like, we out there. They fact check Kamala Harris and she missed every fact. If they just run down her whole speech and fact check it, she lose with everything she says because none of it is right. It's a game, bro. It's a game. America is meant to make us sleep. All of it, everything that they do is meant to make us feel like we're a part of their society. Like when they gave us holidays in slavery, they wanted us to, or Sundays, they want us to feel like we was a part of them. That's what keep us in Stockholm Syndrome. Because we feel like we belong, some type of camaraderie. Or we feel like America is our home because we didn't put our hands on who the president is. Meanwhile, you had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. The president is a puppet. The government is huge, and there's so many different parts of the government that it'll make your head spin. Right? And then we just say, oh, this is Illuminati. That's what niggas saying. The dude at my job was like, yeah, the hurricane was coming, then the second hurricane came. He was like, it's an Illuminati hurricane. God damn. The Illuminati hurricane is crazy. He's like, yeah, they got heart. They can control, because Texas is so big. I mean, Texas is its own superpower beyond California and New York. So what do you got to do? Destroy the competition. Yeah, with a hurricane, right? No sweat. What you got?
So it's crazy that he believe all that stuff, but he don't come to school.
No, he's not.
People
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like to me, this make perfect sense. Like we talked about all the mountains of like the governments, like Mount Olympus. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong. Like that's where governments are, big place, and this all makes sense. But then you try to tell somebody like, yeah, the Illuminati hurricane. Well, what you mean Illuminati hurricane? Well, because it swirls and then it spin, and then they take this machine and they make it do this, and then they make the swirl spin faster, and then they just aim it. So why did it miss? Oh yeah, well because Texas blocked it, but America wanted to. I'm like, bro.
That's crazy.
Bro. And that's the president of the company I work for. Yeah, that's the owner.
No.
And he's brainwashing the men that work for him.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane. You know what I'm saying? But the people that we serve in America are absolutely out to get us, man. Absolutely here to take away from who you are and try to derail you from you trying to serve the Most High. You know what I mean? So we was at Isaiah 66 and 20. We're gonna keep reading Isaiah 66 and 20. No. We was at Jeremiah 3:23. So Jeremiah 3:23 says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. So we hope for, salvation from every government that we've been for, or that we've been under. But the true salvation and the true Savior is with the Most High in Christ. That's how we really save ourselves. And I know because I've seen it. Like, I've seen people get off of drugs and become a better person by serving the Most High. Right? He dropped it off. Most High in Christ. I've seen people become better people serving the Most High. But I've never seen how the government makes America a better place. I've never seen how the government makes the people of America better people. They try to give us Department of Corrections, but I'm saying it just destroys the souls of the people that goes through there. I'm saying by the time you get through the Department of Corrections, you worse off than you've ever been. You got a doctorate in criminology. You know what I'm saying? So Jeremiah 3:23 says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel. For shame hath devoured the labor of our fathers from youth. Right? Read it again. Read 3:24.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
For shame hath devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth.
Go ahead.
Their flocks and their herds,
Mm-hmm.
their sons and their daughters.
Like we are people that have been destroyed, demoralized. We've been broken down to the smallest morsel, right? Broken down to the smallest molecule, and we can't even pick ourselves up by our bootstraps because we feel so bad, so broken, so destroyed. The shame that we live and grow up in, how we see our homes, how we see our parents, our mothers, how we see ourselves, how we see our neighborhoods, our schools, the cars we in, the shoes we wear, the food we eat. Our shame destroy us from babies. When we kids and we gotta eat stuff you can't even believe you've eaten. You dig what I'm saying? Or you gotta go places and survive in places that you can't even believe you've been to. That shame that we live with, and sometimes you'll see a brother just staring off into space because he's done things that shame is about to kill him. The shame is about to break him, right? Just the shame could kill a brother. That shame has destroyed us from babies. Things that we've done, we had to do just to survive, just to eat, just to get by, right? That shame destroyed us from kids, right? Go ahead. The flocks of the herd. Mm-hmm.
Their flocks,
Mm-hmm.
their herds,
Mm-hmm.
their sons and their daughters.
Now that pain or that shame is called intergenerational trauma. Your kids grow up with that shame. Your kids grow up with that pain. It's pain that we had from 5 generations ago. It's been passed down to us, right? The money that we make, how we make our money, how we get from A to B, is all a direct influence of the way we've lived our lives, right? And the people that we raise are afflicted. That's why it's going to take a miracle for us to change. Like Christ coming back and is perfect, and it's what needs to happen, because there's no other way that we can change. We can't change from America or from voting for a president or Trump getting in office. It would never change us. But the Most High Christ, it's a different type of change, a different spirit. Because now you know how to treat your brother. You know how to deal with your brother. You know how to deal with your sister, your kids, your parents, your neighborhood, yourself, right? That shame leaves you. The things that I've been ashamed for back in the day, I've learned to just deal with it, move forward. We here now. We're gonna make this a better place, right? It ain't no sweat. You know what I'm saying? Lord Christ, the Most High, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try my best not to pass that shame and that trauma to my children. The buck stops here. You dig what I'm saying? The pain that my grandfather and his evil ass passed on to my father and my uncles and my dad and my, you know what I mean? Or the pain that my other grandfather passed to my mother. You know what I'm saying? And all of that pain and that trauma grew in my family. But the buck stops here. I mean, it ain't gonna keep going. It's a new leaf. It's new wine. It's a new family, and that's because of the Most High Christ. Other than that, it would have been the same thing. America don't help that. We can't pray. We can't ask for the salvation from America to change that. That's the only change you can get from the Most High Christ. The Lord is the only thing that can change that. Keep going.
Verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
Why lie down in our shame
Go ahead.
and our confusion? Convert us.
Cover this.
Sorry, cover us.
Why do we do that as a people? Why do we sulk in our sorrows? Why do we lay in our shame and let the confusion? That's one thing I hate. I hate being confused. So somebody say like, yeah, you know, da 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 da. I'm like, wait, what you say? I'm like, no. Like me personally, like even in math, that's why I couldn't do math. Cause they start putting letters and they start adding sentences and all that. I'm like, you like AND plus TH. I'm like, whoa, you can't take English and put it in math. It don't work like that. And you know what I mean? That's probably why I didn't want to go to math. You know what I'm saying? But confusion is what drives me crazy. It literally makes me angry, right? So then we lay in our shame and the confusion start to cover us. And I know me, once the confusion get with me, it's over. I done blew a gasket and I'm tripping on something, you know what I'm saying? I'm upset because now I don't get it and I feel like you're trying to play me. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make me look or feel stupid. You know what I'm saying? But that's what shame do. We don't know why we do the things we do. Like you don't know why you go bald. That's probably a bad example. But you don't know why you smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? You don't know why you want to drink every day until your life fall apart, or why you beat your wife. You know what I'm saying? Or why you get in the car, drink everything you could drink, and then drive home. We don't know why we do this. But the shame it covers us, right? The shame drives us into confusion, and now we do things that we don't even know why we're doing it. Keep going.
For we have sinned against the Lord our God.
That's why we in shame. That's why we confused, because the Most High ain't with us. We voting for Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. That's sinning, because the Most High said, "Don't put nobody over you. Don't put nobody over you." And what we do? Run to the voting booth and hit the Obama button. You ran to the booth and hit the Obama button, didn't you? You hit that Obama button, didn't you? You hit that Obama button, didn't you? I know you hit that Obama button twice, didn't you? You hit that button twice. That's crazy. He said, I'm voting today. Then he got the pen. They was like, get there, take this pen, y'all can buy. He said, I voted. You took off of work and all that, didn't you?
You know what's messed up, sir? It's lucky, but man, I was hyped.
Yeah, I know you was.
I was in there singing this song. It's Together We Made It song.
Jeepers creepers.
I was tore up.
The white man is, our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Why do we say that? Because what did you get from it?
Nothing.
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 They play in your face.
Nothing.
They play in your face. You know what I mean? We go to try to hope for a change or make something better. And meanwhile, you sinning against the Most High. We ran to vote for Obama. It was a school around my way. And I went and voted in the school. You know what I'm saying? Right down to the vote booth. Yeah, Obama. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I actually voted for Obama. Because I always been the same. I probably put Mickey Mouse or something. You know what I'm saying? But I know I went because they made me go. Everything was saying vote or die. Mail, everything. It was like the walls was telling me to vote. It was like everything was like just like my mom and all that was like, you better go vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like go over there and vote. Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I put. You know what I'm saying? But we all was there to vote and hope and pray that Obama get into office. And he got into office and he pissed on your head and called it rain. And everybody thought that he was going to do something. They're like, he need 8 years to change it. Nigga, he ain't do nothing in 8 years. I'll tell you what, that boy Trump did a lot in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to vote for nobody. But that boy Trump, he did something in them 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Kamala Harris and Biden, they didn't do much with their 4 years. And that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's a game, bro. It's a game. What else you got?
We and our fathers,
We and our fathers sinned against the Lord. Go ahead.
from our youth, even unto this day,
Go ahead.
and have not obeyed the voice of the Lord our God.
And that's our problem, man. We hope for change, and we hope for, you know what I mean, the world to be a better place. But we sinning, and we don't even know what a sin is. We don't even know that voting is a sin. Drop there. Give me Isaiah 54 and 10.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 10. For the mountains shall depart and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord that hath mercy on thee.
Break it down, Yagabad. What's the mountains?
Mountains us.
Huh?
Mountains us, right?
No, the mountains are governments,
Government.
right? So the mountains shall depart, and the hills shall be removed, right? So think about the governments are going to leave. Everything is going to leave from us, right? But what?
My kindness shall not depart from thee.
Right? The Lord is always going to be favorable to us. Go ahead.
Neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed.
And the Lord is going to always have a promise with us. So his kindness, his love for us, and his promise will always stand. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord that hath mercy on thee.
And he's going to always have mercy on us. So the Lord is saying, even when these governments fall, even when these hills and these senates and all of that fall, right? The Lord's still going to have a promise with us. He's still going to be kind to us and have mercy on us. Give me Isaiah 2 and 12.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 12.
Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low.
Now, day of the Lord, right? It's going to be everyone that's proud and lofty, and all of them going to be brought low. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And upon all the cedars of Lebanon, that are high and lifted up.
Now, remember, okay, the cedars are trees, right? Trees of Lebanon. But go ahead, now we're getting to that, but go ahead.
And upon all the oaks of Bashan. Verse 14.
Go ahead.
And upon all the high mountains, and upon all the high hills, like all the hills that are lifted up. Verse 15. And upon every high tower, and upon every fenced wall.
Now, the Lord said He will be upon every one of those high things, and they're going to be brought low. So voting and putting your ballot, putting your brick in for these administrations, you know what I'm saying, or for this democracy, is aligning yourself with America. Damn, what's that scripture? What's that scripture? Yeah, you close. That's pretty much the spirit of it. Going the way of the heathen. I think it was going into the path of the wicked, or entering into the path of the wicked. We'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. But yeah, when you vote for their governments, it's like you become a part, or you take part in their wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Like you align yourself with them. So you're saying like, yeah, whatever they got coming, you a part of it because you standing right by them. It's like you guilty by association. You know what I'm saying? Like you standing with the ops when the ops come, and when the Most High come, whoever's there is catching one. It don't matter if you was there just to put your ballot in. You there with them, so you gonna catch one. You shouldn't even be there. That's what the Lord is saying. Like when you decide to, be a part of the government by voting and you know what I'm saying, and doing all this political bull crap. You know what I'm saying? You align yourself with the wicked. You make yourself a part of the wicked. What's the scripture you said earlier? Which one you just now said?
Going out the way of the heathen.
Yeah, you're going in the way of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the path of the wicked or something like that. I'll get it next week. I'll put it next week. We do a whole nother breaking on voting next week. You know what I'm saying? But this I just wanted us to understand first, before we get into why voting is a sin, I want first us to understand the foundation of government, of what we have, you know what I'm saying, and what's set up for us as blacks and Hispanics, and that we giving away to vote for them. We giving all of this beauty and all this stuff that the Lord said we give it away to be a part of their nation. You know what I'm saying? And the wickedness that come from their nation kills everybody and everything that drinks from it. Everything that's downstream is dying from America's waste and toxicity. Everything dies when it eats off of the bottom of what America feeds it. America, unless you're at the top, America is a hellhole. It's a horrible place. And that's the point. Because us, as blacks and Hispanics, Native Americans, we can build a mountain that far supersedes America or any superpower. And everybody that feeds off of that mountain or that government, everybody will flourish. This is what the Lord is telling us right here. The Lord is telling us that we all came together and had our own government, our own power, our own superpower, our own place to call home. When we get there, nothing will stop us. And everybody will come underneath us. Everybody will become a part of us because they see the power in what we've done. That's what the Lord is telling us in the Bible. But because we want to be a part of their nation, we struggle. We die. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ask our oppressor to help us. Think about it. When you need toilet paper to wipe your butt, you gotta go to Esau, go to some other nation. We get it from them. We get water from them. We get everything we need from them. And they make you pay for it. And if you don't have it, you don't got the money to pay, then what? You just don't have it. They don't have the brotherhood to say, you know what, take it. You can have it. Like I know in like Mexico or something, you could open this pack at the store and just buy one of these. That's how it is in certain places. You could go to the store and take one beer out the 6-pack and buy one beer. That's how other countries are. Because they care. They're like, yeah, you know what, you don't got it. You don't got to pay for the whole pack, just buy the one. You could open a pack of soap and take one bar of soap out and buy one bar of soap. They care. Not in America. That's impossible in America. Because it's a corporation. It's an oligopoly. It's a monopoly. It's something that, it's something that just destroys the poor. Makes you poor. All right? So, as we vote for America and vote in their societies, I'm saying you voting that the Most High destroys us more. Just like, I mean, we voted for Christ to get killed. So who y'all want? Barnabas or Christ? It was like, kill him. And we voted for Peter to get killed too. Like, we shouldn't be voting. We gonna get into all that next week. We'll do all that next week. Let's finish this. Give me Psalms 68:19. What time is it?
68:19?
Yeah, Psalm 68:19. A couple more scriptures. We might in class early tonight.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 19. Blessed be the Lord, whose daily loadeth us with benefits, and even
Salaki, 68 and 16.
68, sorry?
68 and 16.
68, 16? Come.
16, yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 16. Why
Hold
leave?
on, hold on. Start at 15.
Come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58, chapter 68, verse 15. The hill of God is as the hill of Bashan,
Go ahead.
and high hill as the hill of Bashan.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 16. Why leave ye high hills?
Mm-hmm.
This is the hill which God deserved
Desire.
to dwell in.
Mm-hmm.
Ye, the Lord, will dwell in it forever.
All right, start at 15 again.
Come. Verse 15. The hill of God is as the hill of Bashan.
Let's translate it to today's English, right? Okay. Let's put it like this. The mountain of God or the government of the Lord is as powerful or way more powerful than the mountain of America or Mount Olympus or Capitol Hill or any type of hill or mountain that America has, right? The mountain that the Most High has is like Mount Everest to the hills, right? Now, read from 15 again.
Come. The hill of God is as the hill of Bashan.
The hill of the Most High is just as big as the hill of Bashan, or bigger. Go ahead.
And high hill as the hill of Bashan.
It's high, just as high as America, right? We could be just as big or just as grand as America. We could be greater than America, right? Our hill or our mountain will surpass the mountain that America has created, or surpass the power that America has. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Why leave ye high hill?
Why would you go from our hill to the hill of America? Why would you want to be a part of their hill when our hill is better? Our mountain, our government, our ruling class, our body, our power is better. Why would you leap from this hill into Bashan? Why would you want to be a part of them? Go ahead.
This is the hill which God deserved to dwell
Desire.
in.
Desire.
Desire to dwell in.
Now, this hill that we create is the hill that the Most High wanted to dwell in. This is the hill the Lord desired to dwell in. But you're gonna leap to a hill that the Lord don't want to be in. You want to go vote for a president that the Lord is not with, instead of being with Most High, with Christ the King, with Most High Christ. You want to go vote for Donald Trump, or whoever want to vote for Donald Trump. We know the Lord ain't with that hill. The Lord is not with that mountain. But instead, we leap from our hill, our safety, our power, in hopes that this hill can save us. Wow. It don't make, the Lord has given us the blueprint on that we can be way better than them. And you know you can pull Deuteronomy. We just special people. We just way better than them. Rat the best. I don't want to say rat. They take everything we do and try to, you know what I mean, perverse it. And then they just give us a name, like, they kill all the Native Americans and name a street after them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they take everything that we have and slap us in the face with it, right? But everything that we do is just better than them. Even our government will be better than theirs. Their Constitution ain't got nothing in the Bible. Nothing. We already got our Constitution written. Everything. Our whole government is already written. It's been written before the Constitution was even thought of. It's old as earth. That's how far back our Constitution goes. And we leap from this mountain into the little baby mountain of America. Or whatever mountain you live in. Whether it be UK or whatever baby mountain you live in. That's where you'd rather live. But the mountain of the Lord is just towering over that mountain. You could be way better than that mountain. Well, I live there. It's because you was scared. Scared. Because you know this mountain take work. This mountain you gotta, cut the bushes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do work in this mountain. But in this other mountain, they just using you. They just sucking you dry. You work there too. But they just pulling everything you get. You get $100, 99 of it goes to the bills. You got $1 left, and then somebody rob you for it. It's like, damn. Like, but you rather live there because it's safer. Right? Keep going.
Yea, the Lord will dwell in it forever.
Even though you may not want to live there, but the Lord gonna be there forever. You know what I mean? Lord willing, that mountain gets full. And when that mountain gets full, you'll see that little mountain, the shade is gonna fall over it. And that little mountain is never going to be a mountain again. It's never going to be a hill again. It's just going to die in the shade of the bigger mountain. It's not going to be a superpower because it's a bigger mountain out there. That's us. That's the blacks and the Spanish and Native Americans. We can be the bigger mountain. We are the bigger, better people. We just got to do it. Got to commit. Just walk in this truth and never, ever give up. And change brothers' lives all around the world. And you'll see that mountain grow. And before you know it, you're going to see this place weakening. You're going to see this mountain crumbling, falling. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to get through this, John. So give me Isaiah 19:2.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 2.
Right.
And it will say, it's like, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof.
Not fall.
It's like fail in the midst thereof.
The spirit of Egypt will fail. Go ahead.
And I will destroy the counsel thereof.
The Lord said He's going to destroy the mighty men, the strong men. He's going to destroy the wise men of that counsel. Egypt is going to, the Lord going to set Egypt against Egyptians against Egyptians. And this ain't, remember, all the prophets spoke up against the superpowers that they were in. Right? So Egypt against Egypt or Egyptians against Egyptian is just, it's a metaphor because America's gonna come against America. Or Americans gonna come against Americans, right? And they're gonna fight against, instead of saying Egyptian, let's put it as Americans, right? Everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom, state against state. You're gonna see America fighting each other, go ahead. And the spirit of America will fail in the midst thereof. The Lord is saying that this place will die because every place since Egypt has. Rome, Greece, Persia, Mede, you name it. what's it called? Philistines. All of them, Samaria, all of they, Byzantine, well not the Byzantine, that was us. But the Roman Empire, of course, all of them empires fell. All of them. And the crazy thing is, we've been in America for what, 200 years? I don't know, been in America 300 years, 400 years?
250 something years.
250 years? We was in Egypt for 500 years. So we still like nowhere compared to what we've been in Egypt. Just imagine us living in Egypt, or imagine this being Egypt. We still got 250 years to go on this bid. Just imagine that, like, can you imagine how Egypt was? We was there for 500 years? You know they had police brutality, right? You know they had projects, right? You know they had drugs and beer. You know they had slavery. This is Egypt. Everything that's here today was in Egypt. Police, projects, drugs, beer. Beer was thick. It was like barley. It was just insane. Everything about America was in Egypt. Same for Greece. Same for Rome. They had lynching in Rome. If you didn't do the right thing, you'd be lynched, hung on the cross, like Christ was. It's all the same. It just keeps coming back. So America, the spirit of America will fail. Go ahead, 1903.
In the midst thereof,
Mm-hmm.
and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
The Lord said He's gonna destroy all them people in them high places. That White House ain't gonna make it. Donald Trump and all the Senate, all the House, all the cabinet members, all of the board of everybody and the House representatives and the judicial system and the judges and the Supreme Courts, all of them, they all gonna fail. They all gonna fail. District attorneys and all of them, they all gonna fail. The Lord gonna get rid of all of them, wipe them all out, destroy all of them. Go ahead.
And they shall seek to the idols.
They're gonna try to run to white Jesus, or they're gonna try to run to Muhammad. I'm saying, or whoever blowing them buildings up. They're gonna try to run to them, whatever God they want to serve. Go ahead.
And to the charm.
The charmers are people that's gonna be like, yeah, you know it's okay. I mean, people that's gonna try to woo you and make you think it's gonna be good. They just want your money, like pastor such and such. Shuck and job and pastor preaching all, and they're gonna be like, yeah, you know, everything's gonna be fine. Da, 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 da. They're gonna charm you and make you pay them. Go ahead.
To them that have familiar spirits.
They're gonna try to find people they know, or they're gonna try to conjure up people that, you know what I mean, can help. Somebody, they're looking for somebody to help. Go ahead.
And to the wizards.
Into the drugs. They're gonna turn to them drugs and whatever's gonna help them numb the pain. They're gonna try to find something. When the Lord destroy this place, it's gonna be pandemonium. Everybody's gonna be looking for somebody or something to make them feel better. But us, we gonna know, we gonna still have wise counsel. Because we're not gonna say, oh my God, they just ran a bomb into the building, or they ran a plane into the building. We're not gonna go find somebody that's gonna help us. Nah. We're gonna fall back with Commander and YAHANNA. We got our wise counsel. We fall back with Cat somewhere, or you know what I'm saying, some officer somewhere. We got our wise counsel. We cool. We know what to do next. America won't. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of cruel Lord.
Now, when that day comes, you're going to see America be dealt into the hands of slavery. Go ahead.
And a fierce king shall rule over them.
Go ahead.
Saith the Lord, Lord of hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. And the water shall fail from the sea,
Mm-hmm.
and the river shall be wasted and dried up.
And you see what's going to happen to their land, right? They not going to have no government. The rivers are going to dry up. Ain't going to be nothing coming to the bottom. Ain't going to be no mountain. When we have a mountain, everybody's going to eat. There ain't going to be no famine, no poverty. Ain't going to be nobody dying. Ain't going to be no cruelty. It's not going to be like this. We're not going to be having idols. And, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to be seeking things like wizards and familiar spirits. We're going to have a different type of heaven, a different type of mountain. Give me Galatians 5:18.
Galatians 5:19.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 18. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
Right.
Verse 19. Now the words of the flesh.
The works.
It's like, now the works of the flesh are manifest.
Now, if you be led by the Spirit, you are not under the law, meaning what?
If you follow law, such commandments, you ain't got to worry about none. And he said under the law, you're not worried about no police and stuff.
Police?
Kind
Yeah. What? Okay, explain under the law though.
Under the law, it's like, well, I said, like, police, you get roughed up by police. I mean, they can get anything.
I know you get it, but I need the spirit of under the law. I know you understand it, but give me the spirit of it. Who's above the law?
Under the law, both sides.
Okay, yes, but in America, who's above the law?
Oh, the government,
They think they are, right?
Yeah.
Like Diddy thought he was above the law.
kind
You know what I'm saying? Police that unalive black people, they think they're above the law, right? And if you driving in your car, just a regular black person, you driving while black, you under the law. Meaning they got their boot in your neck. George Floyd, he was under the law, literally. He wasn't doing anything, but it's because he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. When the spirit of the Lord with you, you wouldn't be in the wrong place at the wrong time, because the Lord won't allow you to, right? So when you're led by the Spirit, right, you're not under the law. You're not in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're not where those devils can destroy you, right? The works or the flesh are manifested. Go ahead.
Now that the works of the flesh are manifest,
Mm-hmm.
which are these: adultery, fornications, uncleanness,
Mm-hmm.
lasciviousness,
Lasciviousness.
Verse 20, idolatry,
Mm-hmm.
witchcraft, hatred, variance, and emulations,
Mm-hmm.
wrath, strife, seditions, heresies.
Go ahead.
Verse 20, envyings, murders, drunkenness,
Mm-hmm.
revelings, and such like.
Now, when you led by the Spirit, you're not none of these. But the Spirit is going to manifest. And then you're going to be away from these type of people or these type of spirits. These demons ain't going to have nothing to do with you. Right? Because your spirit is different. You got a separate spirit. Everybody else has this spirit. Or one of these, or multiple of these. Those are the people that we are holy from, or separated from. This is America. This is the spirit of America, right? But when we led by the Spirit, when we have our own government, our own mountain, when we're with our own people, we're not going to be in their space. We're not going to be under their law. We're under a whole different law, or with a whole different law, or have a whole different law. This is how they live in America. This is the way they conduct their natural lifestyles. You just, in the city I'm from, you kind of automatically just become one of these, automatic. Today, the most heaviest one is murder. Everybody's a murderer. You know, they locked the kid up. They locked the kid up last week. He's 16 years old. He fighting 10 homicides. Aiden Waters, 16 years old, fighting 10 bodies. 10. 16. And that's regular. That's regular. Regular. You know what I'm saying? This is the spirit of America. This is how they live. The way they act. Right? Keep going.
of the which I told you before, as I have also told you in past time, time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
America could never be the kingdom of the Most High. America could never be heaven. It could never be a beautiful place. So when we put our ballot in to try to vote for America, we thinking that we're going to make it better. We never make it better with that. We never make it better by saying Trump should be in office or Harris should be in office. When Trump was in office, they hit us with a plague. Boom. Stop Earth. When Biden was in office, so many brothers got killed under the police. It started to become just an epidemic almost. Police brutality became an epidemic under Obama. We thought we was making it a better place, making America great again, or hoping for change. They said we put too much hope for his change. And America didn't become great. America shut down. Literally. You couldn't walk out the house. You understand what I'm saying? It can never be the kingdom of the Most High, because the Lord is always going to put his hand there and shake the place up. It just won't happen. Go ahead.
Verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
Now the fruit of the Spirit, what grows from what we do, what grows from how we act, is you caring for another person. You showing another person that what's the word I'm looking for? Start with a C.
Compassion.
Compassion. You showing another brother that compassion. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talked about taking one out the pack earlier. I know you ain't got it. I know you jammed up at the house and they got 8 kids and no money and welfare is killing you because you got a man around. Go ahead, take that bar of soap. But at some point in America, they're gonna want their money back. Because it ain't about you, it's about them. They don't have that spirit of love. They don't have the brotherhood. They don't grow in them. Whereas though us, we'll keep giving and giving because we know that somebody's gonna give it back to us. That's the spirit that we have. Don't worry about that soap. Don't worry about that $100. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The Lord gonna take care of me. You take care of this, the Lord taking care of you right here. That's the fruit of the spirit. Is love. Go ahead.
Joy. Peace. Long suffering.
Long suffering is just, you know what I mean, just dealing with it. Like, you know what I mean, I know it's gonna change. I know change is gonna happen at some point. I know I can't be this poor forever. I know we can't live in America forever. Long suffering. Joy and peace gonna come out of that spirit. That's the fruit of it. You're gonna be like, hey, you know what? It ain't that bad, man. You can smile because everybody has your back. That's peace too. Because I don't gotta work 39, 100 hours a week, you know what I mean, just to pay bills, and when I get done paying the bills, I'm still broke. I just wanna sit down and watch TV sometimes. I just wanna take care of my kids sometimes. You know what I mean? Talk to my wife sometimes. The simple things. Sit outside and watch the cars go by. Listen to the crickets. Regular peace. We don't have that. Keep going.
Gentleness. Goodness. Faith.
Go ahead.
Verse 23. Meekness. Temperance. Against such there is no law.
And when we have our mountain, that's going to be our mountain. And the law ain't against that. The law is made because people was messing up. You know what I mean? Like they spray paint on the wall. Then he put a sign up, do not spray paint on the wall. That's the law now. Why? Because you spray painted on the wall. Now I got to make a law, don't spray paint on this wall. That's why the law is here. Because we did some dumb stuff. They go rob somebody. Do not rob. That's why the law is here. They can't don't be meek. Don't have brotherhood. Don't have, no. Ain't no law against that. That's heaven. Go ahead.
verse 23. And they that are Christ, they that are Christ,
Christ is, they that belong to Christ, go ahead.
have crucified the flesh.
He hung that old man up, killed him. I don't know who the old man was before this. He tried for many years to kill that brother, or that person, whoever he was. You know what I'm saying? Every time he show his head up, I slap him like that, like them dudes on that sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting right up out of here. Because I know what he here for. Trouble. That's Satan. Knocking at the door like, yo, remember me? Man, get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here, Satan. Somebody smoke a blunt right next to me. My nose flare up. I'm like, see, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know, whatever was back in the world. Somebody walk up and, you know, say something, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That old spirit coming back. Nah, we killed him. He dead. He crucified. The Lord got rid of him. Every day we fight that flesh. That flesh is here. You don't just come into the truth and snap your fingers and become a different person. You fight that person until it's over. That's why I say he that endured to the end shall be saved. Because every day Satan coming back. Satan might come back with a ham hoagie. Yo, confession good for the soul. Y'all about to crucify me. I'm at the slave. It's 9:30 at night. We've been working all day. And the brother, I work with all Mexicans. The brother ordered, he was like, yo, I'm about to order some pizza. It's on the boss. They ordered like 7 pieces, right? And it was like 10 of us there. It was late night. We put all these units on the roof. We had to put 8 units. We took 8 units out and put 8 new units on the roof, right? So we was there for a long time. It's hot. I'm cooked. You know what I'm saying? Went to lunch, but now it's 9 o'clock at night. Yo, we about to order some pizza. I'm like, yo, I need beef pepperoni or beef. I need beef pizza. He's like, all right, cool. He ordered the pizza. He ordered beef and pepperoni, right? So I was like, yo, this beef pepperoni? He's like, yeah, beef pepperoni. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, I'm looking at the pizza. I was like, you sure it's beef pepperoni? He's like, yeah, beef pepperoni. And so I bit it. And I was like, nah, bro. I put the pizza down. I was like, my stomach started to feel weird, like literally. And I was like, yo, you said that was beef pepperoni. And he was like, yeah, it was beef and pepperoni. I was like, beef and pepperoni or beef pepperoni? He was like, beef and pepperoni. I'm like, yeah, see? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Satan. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I'd have ate the whole pizza? Yeah, I mean, I probably would have got a worm and checked it, like, what happened or not? He got the pepperoni death. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. But you gotta do the due diligence, because if I didn't, I would have ate the whole pizza. Lord willing, I only ate like 2 or 3 bites. You know what I'm saying? I sat it down, I ate all the wings. I didn't trust him. And I'm glad I didn't trust him. I ate the wings instead. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's Satan coming up in my hunger, in my tiredness. You know what I'm saying? I've been working all day in the heat, and now I just want to eat. I want to go home. But they gave us pizza, and the pizza got pepperoni on it. Now, everybody's eating except for me. I ate about 2 or 3 wings and drank some water, and I had to go home. You know what I'm saying? I went home I went home like 12 o'clock that night, 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't eat that day. I ate lunch, but I didn't eat that day because, you know, it's pork. But Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? Every time that demon raises his head, you know what I mean? I got the strength or the diligence or the spirit to fight it. That's what we do here in the truth. You try to change every single day. Nobody comes in the truth and just, you know, you snap your fingers and you know what I'm saying, some holy nigga. You know what I mean? No, you fight and you teach brothers to fight every single day. Because Satan's going to walk up to you with a whole bag of crack. He'll be like, yo, you still in the game? And you broke, you pull, you ain't got nothing in your pocket. You looking at your kids, they starving, fridge empty and all that. And you like, the block is open, you like, you know what I'm saying? The whole bag of crack. Like, yeah, come on, dog. That's Satan, bro. We fight every day to make sure that he don't go back in the world. Or whatever you was doing back in your life, that's what we here for. To let you know that we just like you. Every day we fight just like you. We're not no different. Christ fought the same thing. Turn this stones into bread. He was like, no, I can't live off bread alone, but by the words of the Most High, I'm going to class. Get thee behind me, Satan. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Christ dealt with it just like we did. We deal with it just like you. And you gonna deal with it just like the next brother. That's life. We fight this every day. And today, we gotta fight voting. Help our brothers get out of the voting booth, because it's not gonna change America. Whatever they think is gonna change this place, it's not. It's not. You can't live like that. You can only live through the Most High Christ. That's it. One last scripture. I'm getting out of here. I'm off it. Psalms 18:7.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 7. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth.
It's the Most High destroying these mountains, destroying these kingdoms. Go ahead.
Verse 8. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils.
The Lord got angry with them. Smoke came out of his nostrils. Go ahead.
And fire out of his mouth. The vow. Coals were kindled by it.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. He bowed. He bowed the heavens.
Yeah.
Also.
Bent it back. Go ahead.
And came down. And darkness was under his feet.
Good night. Like that, you just see it like that. That's the storm. That's what we saying? Damn.
Fill their faces with shame. Make them afraid with thy storm, sir.
In that tempest.
Okay.
Make them afraid with thy storm. That's what we be praying for. We pray for this day. When the Lord sent his storms on their places, and the breath come out of his nostrils, and the fire come out of his mouth, and he destroyed the hills, and destroyed them in their strongholds, and make America shake at thy coming, that men may know that thou alone, whose name is Yahweh, art the Most High of all the earth. I put a couple prayers together just now, but you get the point.
Okay.
They all mean the same thing. They all say the same thing. Go ahead.
And he rode up, verse 10, and he rode upon a cherub, and did fly, yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind.
Where you at?
I'm at verse 10, sir.
He bowed Osalaki. Give me Matthew 5:14.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world.
Go ahead.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Our city, our light, we can't hide it, man. Like, we just too great to be tucked under somebody else's hill. We're too great to be tucked under somebody else's wing, somebody's young boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we too great to just be second and third and fifth and eighth class citizens, right? When we get on the top of that mountain, the light's going to be so great that you can't hide it. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel,
Go ahead.
but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
That's what we do in America. We take our light and we put it under America. That's the bush. We hope that America will get our light and shine, you know what I'm saying, from who we are and our greatness and us voting and being somewhere that America benefits from. But America takes that shine. Why would you take your light and stick it under something? Take your light, put it on top of the candlestick, on top of a mountain, somewhere high. And when you put it on the top of that mountain or in that high place, everybody sees it. It's time for us to take our light, take our candle, take who we are, and make our own place. Put it on top of our own candlestick. Make ourselves a greater place. Because as long as we put it under America, we destroy ourselves. We'll never burn to our greatest potential. We'll never show the earth or whoever it is who we are. Nobody will ever see the light that comes from us as a people. We'll just be lights that's hid somewhere that nobody ever sees. Nobody ever benefits from. You know what I'm saying? We can never become a great people unless we pull ourselves out of the bush. Come out of her, my people. You know what I'm saying? When we come out of that bush and put that light on the candlestick, everybody else will see how bright you are. Everybody will see how great you are. The whole earth will be coming to us because our brightness it overshadows the rest of the earth. King Solomon was the wisest king, and that was the only time Israel was united together. The only time we had one king who was the wisest king ever. He was brighter than anybody. His right hand men, they said the brothers that rode with him was so fly, you ain't know who the king was. That's how fly he was. There wasn't nobody starving, wasn't nobody hungry. They all was fly. Solomon had gold teeth, dookie ropes, and all that. And he was beyond wise. Because he didn't take his light and put it under a bush. You know what I mean? He took his light and shined bright and just told Bathsheba whatever she wanted to know. And she was like, God damn. She was blown away. She was like, yeah, you way wiser than I thought. That's who we should be. That's our government. That's our kingdom. That's our heaven. And until then, there'll be some resume writing, booth voting, job hunting, welfare getting, working till daylight, dawn, dark hour, income tax check getting, paycheck, benefit looking for, Reebok sneaker wearing, Timberland boot wearing, sweaty, tired, back broken people. That's all we're gonna do. So I pray you understand. I pray the Lord, you know what I mean, showed you something tonight, you know what I mean, and talk to your people, man. Help them out. Tell them what you learned tonight, man, that we could be better than that. We could be a whole nation of people that the earth will see and just be amazed or be blown away by who we are. But it starts with you. It starts with you talking to your folks and telling them who they are. They're not going to understand it. But you stand on that. You change. And you make sure your kids change. You make sure everybody around you change. Because the Lord just said, you take that light, you put on a candlestick, and everybody's going to see how bright you are. Don't hide it. With that being said, we're going to pass the class off to Priest and Prophet, Officer Yakuba.
Holy Convocation.
Yeah, October 2nd, blowing the trumpet. Leviticus 23.
We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes to this class, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6-month period in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'asharah, which means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of any penny. It's like 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like or whatever size Bible. Upcoming holy convocations. Memorial blowing of trumpets. First day of the 7th month, Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024. You can read about it in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and or scarf. These are security announcements.
That being said, Baji. In Israel, we'll get one courtesy salute. In Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Ma'am Barak, Yahbashim Yahshabakta. That's your time. Saw, your turn. And in Israel, we'll get a sister's one courtesy salute. In Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Ma'am Barak, Yahbashim Yahshabakta. That's your time. Class dismissed.
Cut the audio.